What up, you guys? I'm here at the mall trap. I love this stuff. For the temporary. I'm just not working right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna take me out of place. But so it's your boy Cindy, and like right now, like in my head, in the ultra zone, is like I don't want to use the drug bodies. Like after I get hit, I don't use the bodies. Like I don't use more drugs or use for curls or use the flex or nothing like that. I just get hit and then I just recover and go through it because like you're responsible for the shit you do after you get hit, you know? Because it's like they hit, and then next you know, it's like other shit pops up. So it's like being in a gang, right? You get jumped in, and then you can go and be a bully and shit, and just go terrorize the neighborhood, and go against the guy who stole your girlfriend or whatever, shit like that. But then you're responsible for all that and all that stuff you did. So that's why I don't do that. Cause like, all right, so I got hit with the drugs, right, the other day. It happens a lot. Like if you keep up with me, you know all the places I got hit. So after I get hit, I don't use the bodies because of the fact that now that it's because I saw the ins and outs and like everything's starting to turn routine and it's all fake, because you see the tracks. So now you're like, okay, now that you know all the fake tracks and all the illegal tracks and where all the drugs are at and like you can get on and off, the train and like, do you want? I don't want to use it because of the fact that because I don't use it, they let you heal. And then what happens if you keep going back and forth? They make it slower and slower, so it'll go from like a day to like a year to like 10 years to like 20 years, and so you can't even be in the city anymore. So like just because I know there's a way out doesn't mean I want to like use drugs, because that shit's annoying, bro. Because then you have to live under dumbass, bro. And dumbass makes a lot of dumbass rules to better him, but not you. So that's why I don't want to live. I don't want to live under anybody. I want to live my life, because it's like the way it works is like this. Say there's like you work at Disneyland and you have to be Cinderella, and that's the only person you could be at Disneyland. You fuck that, I don't want to be Cinderella. Dude, that's bullshit, or some shit like that. So that's why I don't do drugs, even though I know there's ins and outs. But it's different when you don't use, because you get a rapid response and you get to heal faster, versus using the body and then dealing and then working for free and then putting yourself in a position to be arrested, and then you become a participating victim, which makes it a lot worse, bro. You go from being a victim and being in the safe zone, to being the bad guy, and then they can't even prove that you're the bad guy. They can't even prove that you're the good guy anymore. So it's just like you just get hit and just keep going. It's because before I'm taking advice of the lit that I'm on, because it's a good course. And what happened was, there was a girl, and she lived in Long Beach, and she was on the roof, and she was a cool person, because they hit everybody. They hit her, and then her dad told her not to do anything, and just stay, because after that point, life was gonna suck, and they were gonna make problems. So her dad told her to not do anything, so she didn't do anything. And then she just stayed frozen, and then things got better. And then it's like what happened with me, I got hit, and I said, fuck the world, bro. It's like everything was coming at me. So I'm taking it a different approach, because I'm not having a resentment, I'm just taking it as it is, not as what it could be, or getting lost in more of a reflection. It's like you got hit, and that's it. Because then you saw the lit, and you do it in your car, keep it in Mara, bro. The Mara Bros came out. That's why you changed my mind. It made sense. It was one and it's two. And that's just how it's going to be. And then, well, there's three. But anyway, so I'll just stick on the Mara Bros side. Could be myself, But anyways, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be a douchebag, I'm responsible for my own actions, because what happens is they isolate you, regardless of if you're in the hood or a gang or anything. And if you're the one making trouble, they let you go to jail, because that's just the way it is. So I don't know. That's why I don't use the body. And then when you're playing with drugs and you're like manipulating minds and you're altering realities, that puts you in a position to be punished to correct. Because of the fact eventually you're gonna want to live somewhere, you're gonna want to own something, and then you're gonna want to call someplace home. And then when you get to that point, the world's gonna punish you to correct what you did, so you can be able to have. So the day you start wanting to have stuff is the day you're gonna get punished for all the shit you did. So that's why I don't do anything. That's why I try to create contrast, because of the fact that I know what it's like not to have shit because of the body fucking up. Because other people have to stupid. I'm Hispanic. I have to suffer for all the fucking political protests and all the dumb shit the Hispanic American people did, with that race shit, because it was racial, with the tomatoes and shit. I had to suffer for that. Just like, how black people, like, cause dreads for people that, like, were doing, or misinform people with lynching and stuff. It's the same shit. And you know how colored youth have to suffer for the protest of, like, the Black Panthers and stuff like that, because they were causing dreads, so somebody has to pay for the legacy of the dums. So because one person had a personal problem with somebody, and you got a group of people against this person, that the community has to suffer, because that person suffered and it wasn't fair and it wasn't right. That's why people had to suffer for the actions of Malcolm X by force and shit. What happens when you take things by force? You're in the wrong, So that's why it's not discrimination. It's just the correcting of what the people before them did. Kind of like how Trump is fixing the economy and how fucking supposedly Obama fucked it up. It's like that. It's like the president got to the presidency, so he's got to fix the problems with the president before him. So because of the older people yesterday trying to do something, trying to be something, the youth has to suffer. But see, that's why I don't use the bodies, because then when you get to a point of being a person, they say, but you on your own cannot own or have anything, because you on your own haven't owned. That's why people stay stuck in games, people stay stuck in drugs, people stay stuck in religion, people stay stuck in clubs and stuff, because they can't personally own anything, because they never earned anything. So, it's not hateful. It's just take the ass whooping of your actions if you want to own something. So you gotta go cool. So that's the side effects of being a part of a body and not being an individual. So it's crazy. But that's what it is. That's why I'm using the bodies, because if I do something wrong, then I did something wrong. Yeah, that's it. But I don't want to get in trouble because some other Hispanic kid did something wrong. That's not my problem. It's just like with drugs, man. Just because that dealer gave you some bad stuff doesn't mean I gave it to you. That's why I don't even deal drugs, because it's not my responsibility to babysit. That's why I'm not part of the sweet green community. And then I don't like people walking in my house trying to steal shit either. That's why, it's just not cool. Even if you had a heat, But anyways, that's what's going on. So that's why I don't use the bodies, because I don't like getting heat. And then if you use those bodies, it's not a relapse. It's a corrective hit, because you hit somebody, so it's considered equal force. You know what I mean? So if you go around and you have a body of people, and you go around making people do drugs, it's not a relapse. It's called using the same amount of force to correct something that you did. So that's what it is. So you can't lie about it. So it's just it's the checks and balances. If you go around forcing people to do drugs, and you can't stop doing drugs because fucking you're the course master and shit, you can't call it a relapse, dude. The only way you can get out of that shit is to admit that you're being punished for making other people do stuff, because it was part of your responsibility. But at the same time, you can't be responsible for other people's actions. And that's why I'm trying to make contrast, because, those bodies make people get drugs. I don't, bro. I don't even make money off of that shit. It's just, they're young, they want to do something, they think they're doing something, they feel proudful, but then when they turn to 30 or something, they can't do anything because of what the fuck they've been doing, so it's the youth fucking themselves up or whatever. But it's just when you get to cool, they distribute the punishment to who does what. So that's why I want to be an individual instead of being in those groups, because I'll take my ass whooping for what I do. I can't take an ass whooping for the whole thing, bro, the whole break and everything. Wow. Because that's what they did to me when I got caught. God, the face of the deal. I wasn't even that deal. But anyways, peace, love, and ice cream. You know what it is. You know what it ain't. Thanks for the support. Woo.